Guys, this movie is so fucking good, man. Sonic Movie 3 was easily my most anticipated film of the year. You guys know how much I love these games and characters at this point. I thought the first one was just a fun film to watch if you're a Sonic fan, but, you know, definitely not the greatest. Good, but not the best. Sonic Movie 2 got a little bit better and felt like more for the fans, you know, slowly progressing. But dude, I can't even begin to explain how hyped I was when they teased Shadow at the end of the second film. With Sonic Movie 3 being an adaptation of Sonic Adventure 2, there was big shoes to fill. Sonic Adventure 2 being a lot of people's favorite Sonic game and how much we fucking love Shadow, we were extremely hyped for this movie. With the film finally being out, can I say that it's a good adaptation of the game and did Shadow good? Yes. Well, let's get into it. The film basically tells the same story as Sonic Adventure 2. After 50 years, Shadow the Hedgehog was released into the world. The ultimate life form is seeking revenge due to what Gun took from Shadow all those years ago. Shadow ends up teaming up with both Robotniks, and Team Sonic has to find a way to take down the ultimate life form. There's obviously slight differences in the story, but it's pretty much the same from the game. Starting off with the positives of this film. Holy fuck. The first one is just Team Sonic themselves. I feel like they completely mastered these characters in these films. They are literally perfect in this movie. They are just like the way they are in the games, and they focus on them way more than the human characters. Sonic and the game are the main appeal here and the main reason why we are here, and so seeing them be way more prevalent is just so fucking awesome here. Obviously, we still get the human characters, but they don't feel so like shoehorned in here. Like they only pop up when they need to and not just be there. Like this movie legitimately feels like Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails are the main characters and they focus on them more. And it's fucking amazing. Team Sonic is perfect in this movie. And they're together for most of the movie. And their interactions and the moments they have with each other are perfect. I love the dynamic these three have. They are funny as hell. With Knuckles in the film, it's fucking hilarious. And there was a lot of moments where I laughed because of Knuckles. I love Knuckles in this movie. Like, they nailed Team Sonic in this film. I love every second of screen time we had with all three of them together. The next positive I have is Jim Carrey as both Robotniks. This is easily the best version of him in these movies. He's actually fat like in the games and he's fucking hilarious. But there's basically two of them because there's Gerald Robotnik as well. I swear, seeing both Robotniks on screen was so fucking amazing. They are funny as hell. They aren't exactly the same as each other. You mainly get to see the differences at the end of the film when all the shit's going down. But seeing both of them do literally anything was funny as hell. I could watch it all day. It was amazing. Knuckles may have been funny, and the scenes Sonic and Tails had, like those three, they may have been funny, but the Robotniks are hilarious. And I was laughing anytime they were on screen. Jim killed it with both of these guys. Now, for what you guys have been waiting for. How is Shadow in this movie? Shadow is so fucking cool in this movie, man. They did Shadow fucking perfectly. He is so fucking badass. Anytime he was on screen, I was like, oh my god, he's so goddamn cool! Keanu Reeves did a perfect job of voicing him. Shadow doing literally anything in the film was fucking amazing. He felt so fucking cool and he was like powerful the entire film. Like they did his backstory perfectly. Throughout the movie, we get glimpses of his backstory, and it made me love this version of Shadow even more. Like, you can see he genuinely cares for Maria. Like, what toll her death really took on him. You get to see them bonding and, like, just chilling. Like, it's so good! And, like, whenever, like, Maria does die, it just hits a lot more. Like, Shadow was perfect in this movie, and I'm so glad they did him so good in this movie. The next positive I have are the fight scenes. These fight scenes are so good. Every fight in this film is so goddamn good. Whenever they were fighting Shadow, I had a smile on my face. Easily the best of the trilogy. Shadow feels so powerful in this movie. They went all out on making Shadow a badass and making the fight scenes amazing. Don't even get me started on the later fight scenes in the movie. They were so good. I was cheering. It was perfection. I fucking loved them. The next positive I have is just the amount of Easter eggs this film has, this film feels most like it's for the fans of the series. Like, there's so many damn Easter eggs to these games. Anytime I discovered one, I got so excited, and I was like, wait, I know that! Like, that's from the game! I fucking love that. Guys, the climax of this film, peak! Any Sonic fan will lose their minds for how awesome it is. It is god tier. And make sure to stay for the post-credit scenes. My crowd got so hyped, we started cheering and clapping. It was awesome. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's so fucking cool. And I can't wait for movie 4. And the fact they confirmed it for 2027, holy fuck. The next positive I have is the overall tone of the film. The film is more dark than the previous two. Obviously it isn't too crazy, it's a Sonic movie after all, but the film can be kind of dark, especially in the later half of the movie. I mean, most of the dark stuff is with Shadow, and I just love how they handled it. Like, it isn't too edgy or too depressing, but at the same time, like, it doesn't feel like a movie just for kids, you know what I'm saying? They kind of go out there, and it's like, I love it. Like, they made it a little dark, and I fucking love that. The final positive I have is just the overall pace of the film. Like, from the beginning, it gets you hooked, and it goes at a good pace. Like, it slows down when it comes to flashbacks, but it doesn't ruin the feel of the film for me. Like, the movie did not feel like 2 hours, and I was like never bored in this movie. The only mixed element I have is the other human characters other than the Robotniks. We don't get them as much in this film, which is really good because we want to stay with Sonic and the gang because this is what we're all here for. But when we did get them, I mean, there's scenes with them that are good, don't get me wrong. There are good scenes with them, but there were just some that I'm like, can I get back to Shadow? Overall, guys, this movie's so fucking good. I fucking loved this movie. I had a blast the entire time. This is the first film out of the trilogy that truly feels dedicated to the fans. Shadow was perfect in this movie. I loved everything they did with him in this movie. He was perfect. His design, amazing. Backstory, amazing. Fight scenes, everything about him, perfect. Team Sonic is amazing together, and I loved any time they're on screen together. The fights, man, the fucking fights. The fights will make any Sonic fan cheer from hype. It's so good. The Easter eggs and nods to the games are amazing. Like, Jim Carrey killed it with the Robotniks, and if this is the last time we see him, I'm happy because he ran out with a bang. This is the perfect Sonic film. I am so glad to say that this film is amazing. And honestly, that's why I'm gonna give Sonic Movie 3 a 9.85 out of 10. It's so crazy to think how we may not have even gotten this film due to that hideous original design. Ever since like they fixed the design and like these films have progressively gotten better and better, like I'm so glad we are at this point where we literally have Sonic Adventure 2 as a film. I love it, man. I am so happy with this. And the fact that we're getting more films gets me even more excited. But what did you guys think of the movie? Did you guys enjoy it? Were you guys mixed on it? Was it disappointing to you? Let me know down in the comments down below. If you guys liked Sonic or any video game content, you're gonna want to subscribe because I do that all the time on the channel. I do have a Twitch, which eventually I do want to start streaming on Twitch, so whenever I do that, the link will be down in the description below. But with that, that's gonna do it for today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.